Well, that's why my connection's bad. I'm installing
Faces.
Final Fantasy.
Well, why are you doing that?
So I want to play Final Fantasy.
Mood.
And we're back. We're on. We're live. We're doing whatever the fuck we do. Yeah. Last time, yes, you all left the laboratory, followed Urgel's secret passage to the home of the sovereign of Bugan, the Arbiter's Eye, and there you saw a large ship in the middle of what seems to be for lack of better words, a dry dock. Surrounded by a couple of squadrons of automatons, crawling with guards. You two, before you left the laboratory, Kairos, you discovered a means of activating one of these automatons and registering it to yourself, wherein Vivian also joined you in having a little robotic friend.
If you don't register them, you don't get the warranty.
Haha, joke's on you. The warranty's a lie. They're just going to call you every 3 years by, we'd like to talk to you about your extended warranty. So, as you all begin to investigate the area, there's still no sign of Garth and Roland, who left with the actual sovereign, Mars, who was locked up in the laboratory. But you could hear sounds of battle ups in the upper floors. As you decide to kind of sneak into the area with the ship, Sharid, full-on Leroy Jenkins it, runs downstairs and starts attacking automatons. You are all given a surprise round. Several of you jumped onto the ship. Sky, the air genasi that's been following you around, snuck into one of the side entrances. Kairos, I believe you're standing in one of those side entrances as Vivian's automaton kind of just scooted past you. And Sharid's down there just wrecking shit. So, we're going to start there. In combat, we begin. Tio.
Oh, dang.
You're standing on the back of that ship. God, that is loud in my ear holes.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
Same. Oof.
Slightly better in my ear holes. You're standing on the back of the ship. There are two cannons behind you. There's a guard in front of you, and several guards down on the lower deck ahead. What would you like to do?
All right. So, at a glance, are those guards what are they paying attention to?
Well, now they're paying attention to you because I believe you stabbed him. Starkiller stabbed him. Vivian and Udo stabbed the other one that's next to you.
I grabbed his sword.
You did. That you did.
Because what I want to do next is grapple him by putting the sword right from behind across his mouth and use him as a shield.
Okay. Give me a strength athletics check. And let me
So
do
close.
this. A 15. Let's see here. That's enough. Tio, you take that greatsword that you ripped out of this man's hands and you swing it around his front, right in front of his face, and just jam it up against his mouth. And you can feel him flailing, trying to get you off of him, but right now you have control.
Could I move just a little bit towards that driving mechanism and just say to this individual, you're going to drive the ship where we want, or you're going to lose your head? And that'll be my turn.
Oh, fuck.
All
Can
right.
I hear him say that from across the way?
I think so.
You know,
so I'm going to give you a concerning glance, like, what the hell just came out of your mouth?
yeah. So you both move up about 5 feet. He's standing in front of the helm. He hasn't really grabbed it yet. But, okay. That it for you?
Yeah, because I don't think I can have another attack to do anything other than maintain that grapple.
Okay.
I'm just trying to intimidate him, if anything.
Yeah. All right. Up to the north of where you're at, Sharid, you can see that there's a second squadron that all seem to be standing at attention, but don't seem to be immediately moving. Almost as if they have not yet received orders. One of the guards on the starboard of the ship, I'm guessing, someone will correct me on that. There we go. One of the guards on the starboard of the ship actually sees what's happening on the back of the ship, because at this point, there's no more surprise. He actually runs down a set of stairs in the center of the ship and is out of sight of you. This one is going to move his way 5, 10 here. And what he's going to do is he is going to essentially grab hold of your arm that's holding that greatsword and assist his friend for when he tries to break free of you. Essentially doing the aid action. Kairos, you're on the lower level. You're standing on this kind of hatch that kind of folds out into a drawbridge. And in front of you is just this squadron of machines led by 2 that are designed out of this black iron with faces. You don't think you've seen anything like them except for the one that Vivian has under her command right now. And Sharid is there just stabbing away.
Yes, he is. And my bot is this one, right? If I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
I'm going to cast haste on Sharid. And I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna be like, Sharid, try to get inside the the boat. I said the building, and I'm just gonna leave so I don't get destroyed by 50,000 battle bots.
Okay.
So what does the underside of the ship look like? Basically, I'm trying to get to the upper deck. So however I would do that, however the movement would be, I'm not sure if it's the same as what's on the screen now.
You know what? How about I just show you, Kairos?
Okay.
You're gonna come on a field trip, buddy.
Yay.
And you can describe to them what this looks like.
Oh, fantastic.
So you back your way into the lower end of the ship. And where are you? There you are. And it's a wide open area. A lot of nets, a lot of cargo. And amongst the cargo, what do you see?
Things I don't like. Are they active?
They don't immediately seem to be.
Yeah, you just hear everyone just hears Kairos go, shit! Shit, 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 shit! There's a whole lot more! There's a lot more down here! But if
We
they
have
don't
time
seem,
to respond.
if they're not active, I'm just gonna try to run past them.
Yeah, I'll say since they're neutral to you right now, if you want to move through their spaces, you can do it at half movement.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Also, give me a perception check. Cool.
Perceptive.
So, despite the fact that this is taking up your vision, you see a whole lot more of these automatons in this wide open cargo space. You see a door to the south, you see a door to the north, and you see a pair of stairs going upward, as well as light coming from similar hatches, both further up the ship and on the opposite side. You notice as you're trying to wiggle past these automatons, inset into the back of their armor, like almost at the back of what would be their neck, seem to be gems installed in them.
How easily removable are they? No, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Yeah, I would just kind of shout back to Shareed, like, Shareed, we gotta go! We gotta go! We might have to abandon ship. And I'm just, and then he laughs at his joke. And then, yeah, that's his turn.
All right. So let's
However far I can get.
do that there. Do this here. Yeah, I'll say you'll be able to sneak your way through to there.
Fantastic.
Why is that the way that is? Ah, that's why. Still weird. All right. Is that all that you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really help to say that I move stealth. Well, I already used my action anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So let's come back here. This guard up top. Before the combat, it looks like he was messing with one of the cannons on the side of the ship, but he kind of perks up, looks at what's happening at the rear of the ship, and pulls out a heavy crossbow. And he takes aim at... we'll see. We'll just roll for it. What's a D4? Udo, actually. So he lets loose with a shot. And it just digs into Udo's leg. Not super far, but you can tell that did a little bit of damage. Starkiller looks at Tio just abducting this man. And he kind of like, he's holding his battle stance. He's got his short sword in his hand, that crystal short sword. And he kind of leans kind of to your ear like, so what are we doing? What's the plan here?
Take care of the ship. Don't let him take the sword, because if he does, and I make sure the guard hears me, I'll eat your jaw.
Are you sure you're a good guy?
I'm trying to stop this whole army from attacking that city. What do you think?
Fair play. All right. He then will shuffle to your other side and go to stab the guardsman with his crystal short sword.
Nice. Get him.
And you've seen Starkiller at this point go a little nut bar with melee attacks. He just goes stabs him 3 times. And 2 of them hit. And they dig in deep through the plate. And this crystal sparks, almost as if it was made of metal, as it's digging into this this guardsman. The guard's still up, but he took a significant amount of damage. This guard, I believe, was attacked by Udo and Vivian. He's going to turn around, brandishing his greatsword, and he's going to look at the 2 of you. And it goes from like, who did that, to astonishment of how the hell did you get here? Who are you people? As he goes to attack. Vivian.
Of course. It's fine.
Of course. The squishy.
Yeah.
Vivian the tank.
I fucking wish.
What's your AC?
If I would have had time to put on my mage armor, it would be a 15.
Do you want to have time to put on your mage armor?
Yes.
Because I don't care. 15. So the first one, he goes to swing at you twice. First one, despite you being so tall, he just whiffs high and back just because he just kind of spun around and swung. Missed you completely. But the second one slashes you right across the chest
Oh,
for 11 points of damage.
that hurts. That definitely hurts. Well, too concerned to play at that game.
So from the squadron that's currently being attacked down on the lower end, Shareed, what you see is the two automatons that lead up front. You've seen these before. This is the one that was tested out in the mall. They go from kind of a slumped position to standing straight up, fully at attention. And you see one of them, their head starts to turn in your direction, and you just see those piercing red eyes staring you down. And it doesn't even bother to move. You see it extend its arm kind of between the shoulders and heads of the automatons behind it and aims straight for you as a rifle barrel extends from its forearm. And for those of you that haven't seen this before, you all hear just a loud crack, almost a loud explosion of sorts, as this thing just fires off around at Shareed.
Sure, you can take it.
What's your AC, buddy?
19.
Fucking 19. It whizzes right fucking past your head. And remind me, let's see.
You also have a
your-
+2 AC.
No, that's with the
Base.
that's with
got
the
it.
plus two.
Okay.
That's right, and you're shooting bolts of light from your chest every time you fucking.
As a bonus
Fine.
action.
Yeah. So despite the fact that you're glowing behind some of these automatons, this bullet seems to split right between a lot of these automatons, but at the last second it ricochets off of one of their armor, missing it completely. I believe, Vivian, you sent Oleander inside
Yes,
of the ship.
I did.
And I believe his orders were to get up to the top of the ship.
Yes.
Okay. So, Kairos, inside this ship, you see the automaton that has been in the service of Vivian. And just, these things aren't stealthy. You just hear heavy footsteps, just boom, 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 as it makes its way 5, 10, 15, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. As you see it just trampling through storage crates, trampling through just anything that's not a human-sized figure in its way, as it just heads straight up to the staircase leading up to the next floor.
Yeah, Kairos just stares at it like, you motherfucker. If I get out of this, I'm going to kill you and reanimate you and kill you again. You fucking piece of scrap.
On top of the ship, do we hear like womp womp womp?
You don't.
You don't. Not,
You don't.
nothing?
You actually hear nothing. You're not sure,
Wow.
Vivian. You're not sure where Oleander is in this ship. You saw him kind of just duck into one of those side entrances, but you haven't heard, felt, seen hide nor hair of that machine.
Okay. Good to know.
So now, the automatons start to file out towards Sharid.
Oh no.
And Sharid, it's just going to bear this large tower shield attached to its arm and just, bam, go to bash you with it.
Bring it on, bitch.
I was going to say with a 19 AC. It bashes you twice, and it makes contact with you, but it feels to it like it just made contact with a wall. Like you just stand there resolute, just like, fucking what?
Stand resolute.
Demacia.
Demacia!
I can't remember, Juju, did your automaton do anything, or is it also just making its way in?
I wanted it to stand by the door to kind of guard the door, but also fight them to prevent
Okay.
entry.
The automaton next to it has taken damage, which makes me think that...
Yeah.
oh, no,
I
you
think
did
I had
burning
it.
hands or something, right?
I did. Yeah, I did that. But I thought I had it double move to get there. I don't think it actually has done any combat yet.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if Kairos is still in the turn order because on my screen with the different map, I'm not in combat.
Oh, I'll tell you when.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it took me off of the other screen. That's all.
Which actually...
That's why I wanted to mention it.
I'm not going to risk breaking it, no. You're actually going to hear footsteps as an automaton moves towards the landing of the lower deck of the ship.
Okay.
And you will see just this looming figure standing in the doorway.
Is that ours?
It is not.
Fuck. Looks like.
But it doesn't seem to be pursuing. It seems to be standing, scanning for you. Now you have an entire group of creatures in between you and it, so it doesn't immediately see you.
Excellent.
But that's going to be its turn. Udo just took a shot to the leg. And honestly, is just going to... he's actually going to respond in kind. He's going to pull out a longbow that's been strapped to his back, spin it around in his hand, pull back an arrow, and let loose at the guard that shot him. Okay. It flies true, hitting him square in the hand, kind of stabilizing that crossbow. Just hitting his mark completely with a crit.
Nice.
Nice.
This one... because Sharid is surrounded, it is not going to move. This one is going to try and bash you twice. Sharid. Blah, blah. Okay. Can I have 2 strength saving throws?
Mm-hmm.
Which you're raging, so those are at advantage. Don't fuck it up.
Did they roll?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they rolled. Huh. Sharid, they... both hits hit you. One of which you try to stand your ground. You try to brace yourself because you can tell these things are trying to knock you down. This thing, because of the length of the tower shield, crashes into your chest, and you can feel that its hand is almost tilting the shield up to lift you off the ground, and it slams you square on your back. And you take, you're raging, so that's 8 points of damage total. But you are now prone. So the guard that's being held hostage by Tio, he is going to struggle and flail, and with his friend who is using the aid action, Tio, give me an athletics check.
Oh my god.
He gets free, barely. Barely, because I saw way too many ones on my screen. But he does manage to finally, even at the risk of his own face, kind of slides his face from under the greatsword. And you were holding it with such strength, it almost like pushes you back as the greatsword just kind of slides back towards you. And you can see the guard reach into his pocket for something. You're not sure what. And he pulls out a gem. But he can't use it because he uses action to get out of the grapple. But you can see this small red gem that he's got clutched into his fist.
Is he holding it to like posture to attack with it?
You're not sure. He looks like he intends to use it, but you're not sure what purpose.
Tio just says, that was the easy way.
This was me being reasonable.
Oh man.
Shareed, you. The other black automaton points a rifle at you, but doesn't fire, knowing that you are flat on your back on the ground. Vivian.
All right. Cool. Well, I don't like that this fucker attacked me. How dare he? Like, he has no idea what he's, like, messing with. So, I am going to head and cast Shocking Grasp, and he is wearing metal, so be at advantage again, right?
Yep.
Excellent. I just can't roll for fucking shit. 17.
You grab hold of this chest plate that he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
But as you let loose with the Shocking Grasp, you can't put enough energy into it to really make purchase through the armor.
Damn.
And by the time you let go, you can see just a very small little glowing spot where you just let this electrical current go through, but nothing.
Interesting. Okay, if that's the case, I am. I don't want to blow that yet. I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn then.
All right. This squadron is gonna hold off. You. T26DG. What are his orders?
It's actually 0G, T260G. So, that's important. He's going to... What can he even do? Do I have his character sheet? I guess it doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to have him stand in the doorway so they can't funnel in after me.
Okay.
And attack the one in front of the doorway.
Okay. So you just scream for this automaton, like, help!
Yeah,
Help me!
pretty much.
and it makes its way into the doorway,
Yeah.
blocking any further intrusion. And
I wonder
then,
if he can't, I guess no, I'd have him stay there. Never mind. I was gonna say I'd have him go in the threshold a little bit more so as to attract the attention of the other automaton coming down the stairs, but I'm just gonna have him go there because I don't want to get an auto sack of opportunity.
oh,
So he does that.
yeah. So he's there, and you see that him brace this shield, and he goes to bash the automaton that has already made its way inside.
Yeah.
Do diddly dee. Let's do that. Okay. And that. Okay. So you just hear a loud crash as it just slams twice into the back of this automaton, ultimately knocking it forward onto the ground. Okay. Robot. So good. It did some damage and knocked it prone.
Noise.
Splat. Yes. You're staying still, damn it. Same with you. You. Shreed, you're up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Sharid is going to do one of those things in an action movie where he's on his back, kicks his legs, and his back upright.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming the one other creature held an action.
Yes. So it will fire at you. Blammo. And again, it goes wide. You hear it actually hit the stone of the steps behind you.
Yep. He figured as much. So what he's going to do is the one that knocked him prone, he's going to hit the motherfucker. He'll make 2 attacks,
Not recklessly, right?
not recklessly.
Okay.
Do any of those make purchase?
So this spear that you're holding in your hand that's been magically enchanted by Kairos, you feel them both make purchase, and you can feel that almost like paper just starts digging in to the iron plating of this creature. Both hit.
Wonderful.
Still up, but it's taking damage.
Wonderful. Where Sharid is just so fast. He makes another one.
Wait, how'd you do a third one? Oh, right, haste.
Yep.
All right. You make purchase with one last one, and you start to feel a liquid seeping down the spear as this red ichor just comes in contact with your hands. Almost as if the machine is bleeding, but it ultimately goes limp and falls forward at your feet.
And then No. What are you doing? I'm not done.
You're not done?
No.
All right, there you go. There he is.
Can the one who's been shooting arrows at me, or the bolts,
Uh-huh.
can I get a motherfucking con save?
Is there a range limit on that?
30 feet.
All right. What's the DC? Hang on. I think it's 8 plus proficiency plus con, I believe.
13. 15, 13.
Got a 12.
Woo!
He takes whatever I rolled as radiant damage.
All right. You just blast this thing straight from your chest in the head with radiant light. You see just a small singe. It's still looking directly at you. Its head has not moved.
Wonderful. All right.
All right.
Wait, I'm not done. No, I'm kidding.
The problem with haste. So that one did. This one is gonna. It's actually gonna join this line here and attack Kairos's companion. First shield attack makes contact, doesn't move your automaton at all. Second one clocks it harder. You think that if it was a, living creature, it probably would have gotten a concussion or something from it. But Kairos, give me a D20. That's not a D20. All right. So T260G falls prone.
I want the 0.
You want the 0?
Yeah.
You can have the 0.
Okay.
You want to save that for later?
No.
Okay. All right. So that one's done. Okay. This one is going to move in to attack you, Sharid. They're trying to knock you prone, and you are standing like an iron wall. You're not going anywhere. You, sir, there. This person draws their crossbow and takes a shot at Tio.
Do I still have that guard as any amount of AC or cover?
No. What's your AC?
15.
So you hear a large as this guard loads a heavy crossbow, aims up at you, Tio. And it looks like they have good aim, like aiming center of your chest. Lets loose. It gets stuck in the banister of the ship. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. These two up top follow suit of the one at the top of the order and start moving towards the stairs. 20. And head down the stairs.
There. Oh. I'm nervous for Kairos.
I can't imagine why.
I'm nervous for them.
This one is going to try and do the same, and he's going to dash his way down. All right. Sky is in the lower part of the ship, and actually, Kairos, you might see just a little bit of this air genasi hiding out amongst the crates and supplies that are down here. As you can see just a very small frantic wave from between some of these automatons sitting still. Hi, hey, we're fucked.
He just kind of
go ahead.
No, yeah, he just kind of nods and is like, Yep.
She is just going to shuffle her way amongst the containers down here, and she's going to take the hide action. Okay. Whatever. Shareed. Can take 2 more. Always buff your tanks, folks. Can I get 2 more strength saves from you?
Yeah, baby.
Super. So you take 2 really heavy hits from this shield. Like, ring your bell a little bit. One of them was a doozy. But you managed to stay your ground. You managed to stay on your feet. You're not flung like you were previously. But you do take 12 points of damage.
Now, is that halved? Is 12?
Halved is 12. Now this one is going to attack Kairos's friendo. Oh, and actually these are at advantage because it's prone. Okay. So you see this automaton take its shield and almost spin it so that the long bit of the tower is out and just goes to just slam it square down into the chest of your automaton, Kairos. And it takes 19 points of damage. Still functioning, but hurt. You're not doing anything. And I think you're the last one. This one's going to load the crossbow and take a shot at Starkiller. And he'll hit as he just lands a bolt right in the shoulder of Starkiller in that arm that's carrying that short sword. So, Tio, before you take your turn, at the top of the order, you start to hear something from the stone or the gem that guard is holding.
Mm-hmm.
You can't quite make it out. It's very muffled. It's very rushed. Actually, give me a perception check.
Sure.
You're not sure exactly what they said, but you did hear the word initiate.
Which guard is the one holding it?
The one directly in front of you, the one that you...
One directly in front?
Yeah.
All right. Gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark, and then Tio's just gonna point right at his wrist to Hunter's Mark. And he'll say, I'm going to eat your hand and then your face. And he's gonna attack his wrist.
Bro, what the fuck?
All right. Yo, you do you. All right. You can use his own greatsword.
Yep.
All right.
That's what it's holding.
Yeah. You swing. You make contact with the armor, but it's not quite enough to make purchase or damage.
Okay. Then a second attack. I see. Is it plausible to try and just attack the gem directly? Or is it just clenched in his fist? Because otherwise I'm attacking his wrist again.
It's clenched in his fist.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that doesn't hit either.
Not quite. Anything else?
No, that's bonus action and actions.
All right. Let me actually take this out. Clean this sucker up a little bit. Okay. So this guard, after helping his friend escape from your grapple, is going to take his greatsword and try and attack Starkiller. He'll swing twice. One misses significantly, but the other does hit. Kairos. Down in the storage cellar. What would you like to do?
So, do I see a guard coming down the stairs?
No.
Okay.
But you do hear footsteps on the ceiling.
There's a ghost. Zoinks!
Like Zoink School.
It's a haunted pirate ship. And the automatons in this area are still not reacting, right?
Seems that way.
Okay. And the other BattleBot went to the right? Up the stairs to the right?
Yes.
Okay. And this is all slow movement for me to get out?
Well, through that center bit, you should be fine.
Oh.
This is just a poorly lit, seemingly storage container.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to... I guess I'm just going to fire a firebolt at the automaton attacking mine.
Okay.
If I can. Without hitting the other ones. And then...
That'll certainly hit.
Not bad. Good damage rolls. Why did it... Do I really hit that hard now? Is it 2d10? Is it a 2d10 now? Are we at that level?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Level 5.
Yeah. I thought that was a level 6 thing.
5.
Yeah. What do you know? All right. Cool. Nice. And then I'm going to just walk my max distance down the middle.
Okay. Let's do this. There we go. So you consolidate this magical energy into your hand, and you're like, okay, this probably isn't going to do that much. And just this huge bolt of fire, you're like, huh. You let loose. It flies right to the back of this automaton that is now turned towards yours, and it hits and melts the entire back plate of this automaton. And you can see that the entire thing seizes up and falls to its knees.
Nice. Excellent.
And then, which direction are you moving? You do have a door to the south, and then you have the stairs going up to the north, as well as a door there too.
So there's so you said there's a door behind me, and then there's a door at the end of the hall, and then the 2 stairwells, right?
Yeah.
Shit. All right, I'm gonna open the door behind me first because I don't know what other opportunity I'll have to open it and see what's in there. It's
Okay.
only a little bit of movement to get there.
5,
So
10.
first I'll open that and see what's in there.
Okay. So you open it. It looks like another storeroom. You see the walls are lined with all kinds of equipment, armor, weaponry, even spare parts for some of the automatons. But in the center, you see some sort of mechanical box. From it come all these wires and cords. Some seem studded with or inset with gems. They seem to link to the floor and even going underneath of it. And where they connect to the floor, you see these round slots that also seem to be inset with one or two gems.
Interesting. Do I have time to do like to study it on this turn, or not really? Since I just did an action. Like
I
to
will
do
say-
like I don't know what that would be.
That would probably be an investigation.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
I
or
would say
not.
probably that'll be your action next turn if you choose to do it.
Okay. Well, then he's gonna whisper for Sky, like, Sky, come here. I found something.
You see this wispy blue hair and brass goggles just perk up.
I found something. It might be important. Come here. And he goes into the door and quietly closes it behind him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to just sneak away behind the door.
Pretty much.
Anyway. So this guard is going to... Let's back up a little bit for the stream. I'm going to take a shot at Udo. He's going to whiff hard. I'm going to try and speed through this a little bit. Star Killer is going to take 3 more attacks at the guard in front of him.
I've yelled any direction to Star Killer to tell him to prevent that gem.
Yeah, he can do that. He can attack the one that's there.
Yeah.
All right. So he goes for 3 hits to make purchase. And you see him, just as he has before, just starts just jabbing away with this short sword. You're not even sure if he knows how to, like, fight. You just know he knows how to stab. But it is enough that he digs through the chest of this guardsman. And you hear a clink as the gem hits the floor.
Nice.
This guard is going to take 2 more swings at... it's even... Udo.
Oh,
Both will make purchase. So he swings this greatsword, leaves a deep gash across the chest of Udo, and as he comes back around for a second hit, he swings for the legs, just cutting across the top of his thigh, bringing Udo down to a knee, and you see him let go of his spear.
fuck. Okay.
Udo looks exhausted. This automaton... Sharid, you notice that the automaton's on the floor. You see a very momentary bright red glow that quickly subsides. Even those that were attacking you now stand straight at attention. And you hear the 2 black iron automatons speak something. And it's very robotic in nature, much like the ones that Vivian and Kairos have taken under their wings. And you hear the order: genetic marker demands into ship as it starts to move to this entrance up here. And it steps inside. Oleander continues to head up the stairs and into the deck above where Kairos is.
So he's on the same level as Kairos currently?
No, he just left the level that Kairos was
Oh,
on.
okay.
So then and you do see Oleander. You actually don't. You don't.
Damn, okay. Can Oleander see anything from where he's currently at?
Not that you know.
Fuck, okay.
Cool. Let's do... That's the one that went to there. That's not... Yeah, anymore. So you're not there anymore. There we go. So Udo... Udo's alive, but exhausted. Can't seem to make himself move. This automaton starts moving north. And Kairos, well, you're in the other room. You don't see anything. Okay. This one does the same as the other. Heads up in here. Heads into the ship. Vivian, you're
All
up.
right. Well, that didn't work before. You know what? I'm not gonna attack the one in front of me, but I am going to cast Eldritch Blast at this one that's further back that way. If I could roll today.
Today?
Yeah, you know. It'd be kind of nice.
Yeah. You launch off this bolt of force. It just goes way wide.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just
She's
off
just
the ship.
She's just so distracted with like Udo like basically being on his knees at this point. Like this ain't good.
Hey, look, some people are into that.
Whoa, I wasn't going there, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I like what I like.
Flex, but okay.
Weird flex. Kairos, your automaton will return to its feet, and since you're in a different room, it will continue with its directive of blocking the door and attacking the other automatons. It is going to give this automaton here 2 bashes with its shield. Okay. It hits it twice and just launches it a little bit backwards, square onto its back.
That works.
And you just see it. Sharid, yeah, Kairos, you wouldn't see it. You're in a different room. Sharid, you see this automaton that Kairos has somehow gotten under its control as it stands tall, slams its shield into the ground, and bears it at the ready. You're up, Sharid.
So these guys are running into the ship, correct?
That's what it looks like.
Okay, so Sharid is going to with his hasted action. So is this right there? Is that way open still?
Which way?
I don't know if you can see my ping. The
Oh,
second
up there.
door.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So with Sharid's hasted action, he's going to take the disengage.
Mm-hmm.
Then he is going to run up there.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
With his movement. And then, so that was hasted action, movement, and then he will take the dash action and run inside.
Okay. So Sharid, you end up this location. Let's bring you here. As I described before, just a wide open storage area. That's not what I wanted to do. Can you see?
I can see it, yes. Thank you very, very much. And so Sharid will probably take the rest of his movement, I would assume, to get like there.
Sorry, hang on 1 second. I accidentally removed you from the initiative.
No!
Super. And now, where to move where? To where you are?
Just wait, can I do that?
Yes.
Okay. So Sharid will move right there, and with his bonus action, can I get a con save from the one down here that is in the doorway?
All right. That does seem to be the one that's fighting with you all.
Oh. Sorry, I did not realize that. Then the one of the ones next to Kairos.
Okay.
Do all of these good things look active?
No, in fact, only the ones that were closest to the door. So these three up here seem to be active.
Okay. Well, whichever one I hit before, can I get a con save?
Okay.
DC 13.
You got it. It fails.
Takes 1d6 radiant damage.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
All right. So now the rest of these automatons continue towards the door. This one's going to try and move, but it is going to get an attack of opportunity from the one guarding the door. It's going to miss. Nope, not you. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and it stands in the doorway. Cool beans. This one will actually move up and attack Kairos' automaton. Okay. So Sharid, as you're finding a spot to lay low after attacking the one automaton, you hear a loud crash as the automaton that was guarding that doorway is just slammed into the storage cabin of the ship and does not seem to be moving.
Very good.
As another automaton makes its way in. Here. That's good. This guard is going to take a shot at Tio because you look different and it scares him. What's your AC?
wow.
I did say I was going to eat the other person's hand and face, so yeah. Sorry, 15.
All right. So you take 5 points of damage. So these ones here actually start to move now. You can see that they start to stutter and twitch. They don't make any movements yet, but they seem to now be active. You are down below. Over there. Sky. Sky kind of shuffles her way over towards you, Kairos. And just kind of snakes her way through the automatons, trying her very hardest not to touch any of them. And she looks at you. What did you find?
All right, I couldn't unmute myself. He just kind of gestures around and is like, "Look, there's all these fires and gems. I don't know if this is powering the ship or if they're powering the automatons, but maybe we should try to manipulate it somehow. Or cut the wires, perhaps, or maybe we could control the ship even."
As you
What do you
point
think?
her in the direction of that contraption, her eyes kind of light up, and she just sits there. Yes. Yes. And she makes her way into the room. And she'll do an investigation check. With a nat 20. Super. She looks around, examining the wires, examining the gems, examining the box itself. And she says, these are, whatever this is, these are definitely interlaced spell gems. My guess is that they're fuel. Most of these spell gems seem to be spell gems of flying, some of levitation, and some of gust of wind, I guess. But yeah, this seems to be how the airship stays aloft, or becomes aloft. I don't know enough about it to manipulate it yet.
We should still just cut these wires. At least then they can't provide power, right?
Maybe.
If nothing
She
else, we
takes
can delay this.
She takes out a dagger, and there seem to be 5 wires. She goes to cut one wire. And Kairos, can you roll me a d10?
D10.
Mhm. Okay. As she goes to cut one of the wires, you see the dagger slips all the way through. But the gem connected closest to the wire seems to start glowing. And that glow starts to get very, very bright very, very quickly and seems much more unstable than some of the other spell gems that you've seen. And you're all of a sudden, the cabin itself is rocked with an explosion of force energy. The gem goes dark, but Sky takes 19 points of damage.
Shit. Is she still conscious?
She's conscious, and she looks at you and says, "Ow!"
Okay, maybe we shouldn't do that.
For science.
All right.
For science. She looks at you and says, did the gems go out?
They did, right?
Yeah, the ones directly connected to the wire did.
I think you did it.
She just gives you a thumbs up. And she just kind of lays on the ground. I'm gonna take a nap.
He just like awkwardly pats her on the shoulder, like, good job.
Good you.
Yeah. Well done. At least, if nothing else, they will be delayed.
Yeah. Kairos, you do hear over your shoulder the sound of more heavy footsteps entering the ship.
God damn it, Nappa.
It's a reference I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
So that one walks in. These don't move yet. This one is going to take a shot at... Nyaha! Starkiller.
Starkiller.
Hey, man! He's going to miss. All right. Tio, at the top of the order, I am assuming you're going to go grab for the gem.
Yes.
So as you reach your hand out, you feel the ship itself start rumbling.
Oh, okay. I like in correlation to reaching for it.
You're not sure.
Okay.
But over the course of the next 6 seconds, you see that your surroundings start to shift. The walls start to get lower as the ship seems to rise ever so slightly.
Yeah, I was going to ask, where's like the exit or the exit for this ship? Is it ahead of us, above us? Is it visible?
So you weren't sure until the ship started moving. It looks like directly in front of you, this huge wall of stone and banded iron, which I may or may not have put map assets in front of. Don't you worry about that. Starts to slide as if they were large doors. You hear the sound of grinding stone as these doors start to wind open. And it looks like it'll take another round before they're open, but the ship seems ready to start taking off.
I just don't know if the gem does that. So I'm going to grab that gem.
Mm-hmm.
And Tio isn't... Well, no, he's bleeding right now. So he saw what happened earlier, and he'll just rub that gem into it and think, move forward 1 foot.
The ship does not move. And in fact, you
Okay.
hear speaking as you touch the gem. You hear what seems to be a message on loop. And based on the voice, it's Ergo, the tiefling that you chased in here. Frantically yelling, "Everyone to your stations, the ship is taking off. I don't care if we're not fully stocked. We're leaving now."
And it just keeps repeating.
Just repeating and repeating.
Okay. Would smacking the gem into my wound count as an action?
I'm going to say no.
I don't think Tio knows exactly what to do with it. Is there an obvious receptacle at this piloting mechanism?
No, you do see a number of wires or otherwise tubes leading up to the helm of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
but no clear receptacle for a gem.
And the driving mechanism is like wheels, levers.
It's actually, strangely enough, like a ship wheel.
It is a ship wheel.
Yeah.
But just a wheel. So it's,
Just a wheel.
Tio would take that as meaning this only orients the ship. So he's going to attack the one in front of him. No. He sees what's happening over to the side. He'll help and just go in for a diving attack on his side here. Moving bonus action
right.
Hunter's Mark to it if I can.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. So go ahead, roll the extra 2d6 from your Hunter's Mark. Okay. And that was just one attack, right?
Yeah, though I did do a bit of investigation, so if you want to count that as my second attack, that's fair to me. Unless it's intuitive.
I would say that's just the information that came to you.
Then you would do a follow-up slash attack on it.
Go for it. All right.
If that hits.
Okay. So you lunge to this guard and just almost run him through almost entirely with that greatsword. You rip it back out, give him another slash. He is barely breathing, but still alive. Vivian, you just saw Tio rip into one of these guards right in front of you. You're not used to seeing this. You're used to seeing this man with pots and pans and poor aim with a bow. How does this make you feel?
Yeah, I just kind of look at you like, new technique?
Doing whatever I can.
That's fair point. Can you do that more often?
Okay.
Cool. All right. Good talk. And she just kind of looks away and just like kind of like in her, she's like, what the fuck did I just witness?
Good question.
It's like, what happened to my friend?
The guard in front of Starkiller is going to swing around here. And he is going to reach for Udo in his weakened state, almost going to grapple him. And he does manage to grab him. He manages to restrain him by the arm and the back of the neck. And he starts to move him towards the back of the ship. So both Starkiller and Tio, you're both going to get attacks of opportunity.
Sorry. Oh, who just moved?
One of the guards grabbed Udo as he was falling unconscious and seems to be moving him towards the back of the ship.
Who has attack of opportunity? Sorry.
Both Tio and Starkiller.
Gotcha. Did Starkiller already go?
Not yet.
Okay.
Starkiller will swing, and it does make some purchase, but the guard is still standing. And then Tio, if you wanted to give one yourself.
Can't see why not. Yeah. No.
Okay. You manage to swing. After getting hit with Starkiller's hit, he kind of dodges out of the way of yours. And he drags Udo to the edge of the rear deck of the ship. And it looks like he's about to try and toss him over. Actually, hang on. Yeah. He's going to jump overboard with Udo to try and get him off the ship.
Okay.
Fuck. Wait. Do I have anything for this? Fuck, I don't.
Yep, Udo can't break the grapple in time, and he just holding on to Udo. He actually looks back at Vivian and Tio and says, "Your friend's ours," and just jumps. Full well knowing that's not exactly a short trip down to the ground.
What the
What did he say?
fuck?
Your friends?
Hours. What the fuck?
Kairos, as you're investigating this box with Sky, you, of course, can hear those heavy footsteps more and more entering the storage container. But you look over your shoulder and you start to see slightly more red lights coming from some of these automatons. What would you like to do?
From the ones that are in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking cool. Are they all looking like that?
Not all, not yet.
Okay. Then I would just shout back to Sky, like, Sky, we gotta get out of here now. We need to run. And I'm going to double move as far as I can to the stairs.
The stairs up at the top.
Yeah, to the top right.
All right. Go ahead, use your movement.
Yeah, I'll use my movement and then. Wait. Measuring. Those two barrels there, can I like go over them?
Yeah. They're just.
I think I'd get to like there.
Okay. Now, we'll say when you get to about here, you do notice that these automatons seem to be fully active. These three up at the front.
Oh, excellent. Then in that case, I'm going to go the other way.
Figured you might want to do that.
Yeah. So I'll go to that door, and since I'm at that door already, I'm going to open it and see what's in there.
The door seems to be locked.
Fuck. Okay. Well, alrighty then.
All right.
Well, that's all I can do because I had to use my action to double move.
Yep. So this guard is going to use his bonus action, reload his crossbow, take a shot at you, Tio. Gonna miss big old time. Starkiller is actually gonna Going to take some movement and nope, I know my directions. Go to the edge of the rear deck and look over. And he's going to look back at you two and just kind of shake his head a little bit before moving over and attacking the guard that's left up here.
Bro.
And he does manage to cut down this guard. Okay. Get out of there. So we're going to go to Vivian.
Okay. Cool. I am going to go ahead and use my meta magic to twin Eldritch Blast and cast it at the next person that's closest. Should be this one right here.
Mm-hmm. Twinning Eldritch Blast, I think, needs to go to 2 different targets.
Oh, it has to go to 2 different targets?
I believe the target cannot be the same.
Okay, then I'll do that one and then the back one.
Okay.
That's for the first one. Second one misses, definitely.
Okay. First one, you leave a large dent in his breastplate. Still up. He hardly been hit at all. That it for you?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Shreed. What would you like to do, buddy?
Shari, so there's 2 automatons that came through the doorway there, right?
I'm gonna switch to this. Yes. It looks like a total of 3 so far have taken up residence at the front of the line in front of you, next to you.
You mean those 3?
Yeah.
Okay. What about these 2?
Yes, those recently just came onto the ship from the back door.
Okay. All right. Sharid is going to run up into the front, and he will make 2 attacks against the one that he hit before.
Okay. Both hit.
Okay. Then he will make another hasted attack.
Mhm.
And then can I get another con save?
Got it. Oh, it fails. How?
Yakor.
Huh?
And that is my turn.
So, Kairos, you look back, you see Sharid has made his way into this part of the ship and is just wailing on one of these black iron automatons, blasting it with this radiant energy coming from his chest. So that one. Let's get rid of you. You are there. Okay. So Vivian, the guard that you shot. It looks like he is using his action to try and release one of the cannons. They seem to be locked in place, but he seems to be fiddling with whatever is holding it to that side of the ship.
So like he wants to or can I interpret that it looks like he wants to move it across the ship?
He wants to at least turn it out of the eye that it's sitting in.
Oh, okay. That ain't good. I'll look towards Tio and relay that. I think he's trying to move that cannon over there.
But that's his action.
Okay.
Sky just takes a breather in the room that you left her in, Kairos, looks back, sees a puff of smoke where the fuck you just were, and just hands go up like, what am I supposed to do now? She actually continues. She actually closes the door, and you can hear her bar it. And before she closed the door, she says, "I'll figure this thing out. Don't you worry. Or I'll die trying." Fly, you fools.
I was just thinking that
He's
too.
probably going to die when the ship crashes. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's fine. Sharid, you see another automaton make its way onto the ship from the southern door. This guard here is going to start making his way downtown, walking fast. Faces fast, and he's homebound. Shit. And 30 feet will get him there. And Tio, he's going to take 2 swings at you.
Okay.
So just full on charge. You said your AC is 15?
Correct.
All right. You take another 12 points of damage.
Ouch.
So Tio, as you begin your turn, you see that those stone doors are just about open. The ship is, at this point, levitating about 20 feet off the ground. And you can feel that you're moving forward towards those open doors.
Okay. Tio's just going to orient just above here. He's keeping the sword ready and navigating it at this guard, but he wants to touch the wheel just to see if anything happens by touching it.
Just from a simple touch? No.
Okay. Then he's going to move Hunter's Mark onto this guy in front of him, because I think I'm standing on a corpse.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly, and I just point to that corpse and say, "This is you," and then he's going to attack that one.
All right. You do hit for 9 points of damage. For 13 points of damage. All right. Still up.
And he'll do the follow-up strike. Don't think that one will hit.
15 will not hit.
Okay, bonus action, 2 actions done.
You're not there anymore. Kairos.
So there's the 3 mechs following us now, right? Well, following Sharid.
They have taken up position. There's one that's in active combat with Sharid. The others don't seem to be moving. They're active, but they don't seem to be pursuing.
I will fire a firebolt at the one that Sharid is in combat with.
Okay.
And then I'm going to head up the stairs.
All right. That'll hit. All right. So, how much movement? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I think that was right.
So you make it to the top of the stairs, and you're met with another deck of the ship.
Great.
But in the center seems to be 3 guards surrounding the mech that Vivian has employed.
Oh.
and they all seem to be. You can see a blade out of one end of this automaton and a rifle barrel out of the other,
Nice.
as it's in full combat.
Is it winning?
Hard to tell. You can see a staircase / ladder on the actual map leading up to an area of sunlight, and you can see a hallway around the corner to the south, as well as a door inset in a wall to the far north.
All right. That is pretty much all I can do.
Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Restore myself. There we go. So this guard here knocks another bolt and takes a shot at Vivian.
Cool, cool.
AC 15.
Yep.
Nice. You take 5 points of damage.
Lovely. My favorite thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Should the stream be seeing a map?
No,
Oh, okay.
there's too much jumping around because of all the tokens. I just
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Tio Starkiller is going to Starkiller is going to actually grapple the guard that's in front of you, much like you grappled the initial guard, but using his crystal short sword instead. And it is successful. He slips behind, holds this crystal short sword to the neck of this guard, and he says, "Yeah, you can come with me." And he actually leads him to the back of the ship where Udo was just thrown off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give the guard a save real quick. Solid 3. Starkiller plants a foot square in his chest, kicks him over the railing.
Madness.
Turnabout's fair play.
True.
That'll be Starkiller's turn. Kairos, you see the automaton Oleander making 2 attacks with his arm blade. One is blocked by one of the guards, the other makes purchase. That's about it. Vivian.
All right. What a good child. Let's see. So we still have at least 2 more on the ship.
Yep, and the ship is moving.
That's always fun. I'm going to... game's paused, by the way.
Oh, yep, sure is. Bam.
I'm going to move up next to Tio. And I am going to go ahead and cast Mind Sliver on the closest one to me.
So that'd be the one trying to pull the cannon out of the wall.
Yes. And he needs to make an intelligence saving throw. And I rolled really fucking poorly for that shit.
And I rolled really well.
Okay, so nothing happens then. She just kind of stares like intently at him, waiting for it to make purchase, and then it's like, shit.
And he's moving this cannon. He's just got like the nose of the cannon just out of the side of the ship. He looks over. He's like, The fuck?
I just want to talk, that's all.
Oh, we'll talk. Shareed. As you get ready to take action, you can start hearing the grinding of chains as the doors on the side of the ship start to close up.
Okay. Not liking that Sharid is the only one down here. He is going to take his hasted action to disengage. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he's going to move next to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Then he will. Can I get a con save from the other one?
Yeah, sure. This time it makes it.
Okay. Yeah, and then he goes to the door.
The door's locked.
Oh, wait.
You have 2 sets of stairs on either side.
I thought. Never mind. I thought. I thought Kairos went through the door. Okay, I fucked up. Balls. Okay. Anyway, then Sharid will use his action to dash and run up the stairs.
All right. So you end up at the top of the stairs, right behind Kairos. As you see this weird charade going on with 3 guards surrounding Vivian's automaton.
Okie doke.
All right. So here. Oop. So the guard that was pulling out the cannon finally manages to get it out of its station on the side of the ship, and he manages to turn it in the direction of you two.
Mm-hmm.
As you look at this cannon, it's highly engraved. It seems to be made out of iron, and there doesn't seem to be a typical fuse, but down the barrel you can see a conglomeration of 3 gems, 3 pitch black gems. And he puts his hand on the back of this cannon, and you see those 3 gems light up as 3 bolts of force just fly out in your direction.
Now we know how it works.
I guess that's what Brett said on it. One way to look at it.
Knowledge. Blah, blah, blah.
Guess we're about to be impaled.
Knowledge is pain.
True.
That. So we're gonna say first one. God, I cannot type.
Oof.
First one hits Vivian.
Okay.
And it actually hits with a pretty significant thump. How do I have this set up?
Oh no.
Oh, actually, they all target one creature.
Oh.
This is not a magic missile situation. The
Bye
bolts
bye.
all coalesce in your direction, Vivian, and hit you for 16 points of force damage.
I'm somehow still up. I'm still standing, but barely.
So you just hear this loud boom as these 3 bolts almost conglomerate into a single blast heading straight for you and just hit you full center of mass.
I'll get my revenge on you sooner or later.
Yeah. Sky is going to continue investigating. All right. So we're just going to do this. And that. So that was you. Tio, the ship now starts moving forward, and you are now exiting this dry dock of sorts.
Okay.
By the end of this round, you will be fully in the air.
All right. Seeing Vivian take that a significant amount of damage and seeing her still standing, he moves a hunter's mark onto the one that just fired that cannon. And it's 15 feet away. Can I get within melee of him? Yeah, okay. I just wasn't sure about the stairs and everything. Am I not able? There it is. If I can at all interpose, I will, and then attack.
All right. So you stand square in front of the cannon and swing your new greatsword. Go for it.
Ooh.
That'll hit for 12 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. A 17 doesn't.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, it sounded like 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it
Then
a
you'll do this follow up. No.
Hard
So-
no.
He's just interposing.
Yep. So
Oh,
now
boy.
you've just got the barrel of a cannon square in your chest. Kairos,
My bot's dead, right?
your bot is super dead.
I thought so. Just making sure.
Oof.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to toll the dead, whichever one that the other bot has been attacking.
All right. It looks to be this one.
Do I shift for that? For the
Alt.
alt? I just fucked that up.
I mean, yeah, but I wasn't going to say it.
DC 15 Wisdom save.
Wisdom fails. Takes 7 points of necrotic damage.
Nice. And then I'm going to start climbing the ladder,
Okay.
but I'm not going to go all the way up just yet. I'm going to hang out on that top rung and kind of see what's up there and poke my head out. And get like a survey.
It's a ladder on. It's a ladder on the map. It's actually just a set of stairs.
Oh,
I'll say you can get high enough where you can see the light shining is outside the top deck.
okay. I don't see anybody else nearby.
Where you would be? No, you see a couple of guards, and you do see across the deck is Tio standing directly in front of a cannon.
Okay. I'm actually going to move as far up as I can. Actually, I'm just going to keep going. I'm just running and gunning at this point.
All right. Well, since you use your action, that would put you, say, about. Let's bring you back. All right. And that's it for you?
I can see over this grate in the middle, right? That's not like a tall thing. That's just like a... Never mind.
Yeah. No, that's just
a
the
good
floor.
question now that I look at it. Okay. And that's as far as I can move?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I'd probably just shout for Shareed, like, keep moving. And That's it.
All right. So this guard here sees you come up the stairs and starts to make a beeline towards you. And swings twice with a greatsword.
He's gonna try.
What's your AC?
Well,
Without
11, but
both will hit.
will they hit if I? Well, it doesn't matter. I'll shield as a reaction.
Okay. So you block one, another does make purchase because that brings you up to 16.
16.
So you take 13 points of damage.
Fucking lame.
Ooh.
What a bully.
Oh, look, these are buff boys. All right.
Then I got to do a con save.
Oh yeah. That's enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Starkiller's turn. He drops his short sword, pulls out his longbow. This ornate whitewood longbow,
Ooh.
and cues up 2 arrows and points them straight down sights at the guard that just attacked you, Kairos. And blah blah. One goes wide and digs into the wall. The other does hit him square in the back of the neck. Not enough to kill him, but it gets right in between his armor. Sharid, you watch as this automaton takes 2 more arm strikes against the guard in front of it. Just continuing to do damage. It looks like it is slowly being overcome just by numbers, but it's certainly doing damage on its way. Vivian.
Okay. I haven't any of this. So first, as a bonus action, I am going to turn into my form of dread.
Die. You're going to die.
Second of all, let me make sure what the distance is on this. 60 feet away from me. Cool. I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom. So you see like a giant spear full of like hemlock and like lily of the valley just start spewing out in the middle here of the ship.
Maybe a little up.
No, there's a reason. There's a reason.
It's creatures of choice.
Oh,
It's creature
okay.
choice. So obviously the enemy, he needs to make me a Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
Mm-hmm. And what happens if they succeed?
It takes half as much damage, so he would take 2 points of necrotic damage.
Ah, yes. The 2
And-
points of ouchies.
Yes, and then for Tio, you can spend and roll one of your unspent hit dice and regain number of hit points equal to the roll plus my spell cast. Or, yeah, I think it's my spell cast ability modifier. Or is it theirs? Descriptions are difficult. Reading is hard.
It's yours.
It is mine? Okay. So yeah, I'll look at Tio and be like, I need you to live to make this all worth it.
Man, I forget what my hit dice is. Is it D8?
I think yours is... Yes?
Those
If
two
you-
averages.
Yeah, if you just click the 5 at the end of your HP on your character sheet, that is your hit die, and it'll let you roll one. It's a D10. Fun fact for
And
Ranger.
then you'd get a plus 3 because of my spellcasting modifier. So
Oh, damn.
Nice.
oh, nice.
You get 12 hit points back.
Yeah, that's what she says, is that I need you to live to make this all worth it.
Okay.
She's gonna have like a second guess. He did not expect that. Looking back over at Vivian with just some surprise on his face.
And
Seeing
Tio,
the wounds heal.
you were just helped by food.
That's true. Yeah, seeing that around him. Yeah, the plant growth.
My God.
I mean, technically, it was poisonous flowers because Lily of the Valleys and Hemlock are poisonous.
That's fine.
Still food.
What's poison but medicine we haven't quite gotten the hang of yet?
True.
All right, that's the end of your turn, Vivian.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All right, Shareed, you are below deck. What would you like to do?
Sharid is going to run up the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You said fuck this noise. Just normal movement.
For now, yes.
All right. That will put you about well, let's do that and this. So now let's bring you back. All right. And you're met with Kairos getting sliced by a great sword and a guard standing directly in front of him with an arrow sticking out of the back of his neck.
Not the knee.
Not the he can
an
still
adventurer.
adventure.
Yeah.
All right. Sharid will. I'm just going to turn these on. These are those. Sharid will make one spear attack recklessly.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. And we'll make another spear attack recklessly.
That one will not hit.
And another spear attack recklessly.
Fair enough. All right.
And no. And can I get a con save?
Dude, I love haste. I love haste so much as a martial character. Yeah, he fails.
So then he takes 1 point of radiant damage.
How does your radiant damage kill a person? How does it kill a man?
Hell
just-
yeah.
You just see this beam of light come out of Sharid's eyes as he stabs him with the spear, and then looks in his eyes, and then
All right.
I'm not done. No, I am
Then-
done. I'm dead. I am done.
That's everything. You had all the actions.
Yeah.
You are the action economy. All right. So this guard, you're all right. You're standing directly in front of this cannon, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's just slams his hand back down again, and let's see what happens. Well, it's not a crit. That's nice.
Well, that's good.
So you feel like the air in this cannon starts to compress as this force starts to come through, blast you square in the chest for 10 points of damage.
Ow.
Wait, that guard used a cannon on him?
Yeah,
I just took it in the belly.
completely.
Was it-
He uninstalled it from its position, turned it towards the rest of them, and then fired a cannon.
Was it was there an attack roll involved?
Yes.
So I just sat down, so I didn't hear that part, but I would have tried to undo that with one of my spell reaction thingies
Yes.
and make him
I
re-roll
will
that.
say
scene.
he is at point blank, so it's hard to miss.
I see.
You can still do it, but
I think maybe instead of using that feature, I think he would try to do silvery barbs instead, using the reaction, which is basically the same thing.
Silvery barbs.
So he basically has to do it again, but take the lower roll.
okay.
Such a good spell.
It is.
Well, the other roll is a 20. So
Shit.
you're taking the lower roll.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I tried.
Was a good attempt.
But I can then. The choose a creature you can see within range. Blah blah. I'll give it to Tio because he seems like he's the one in the most danger. So he has advantage on his next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's do this. All right. And with this, all of you are a little rocked as I want to rock. As the ship completes its takeoff. You have now exited the gate that was blocking your path.
Fuck.
And over the next 6 seconds, the ship taxis out and starts to ascend into the sky.
Okay.
Over the edge of the ship, over the edge of the rails, you see that you can see the pretty much wasted landscape of the flare belt. Still some of those geysers of flame popping out here and there. But you can see at the front of the ship as you turn around, seems to be heading towards the body of water that divides this land with the city of Uhuru.
Mhm.
Now, at the moment, you're still kind of in this crater. This is the first time you can actually clearly see that the city of Bugan is sitting atop this giant mesa surrounded by magma in a large crater below the city.
That's very unsettling.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it flying fine, or does it seem like it's struggling in any way?
Oh, it seems like it's flying fine.
On an incline, or is it steady?
At this point, it is steadied out.
Okay. This is Tio's go?
It is Tio's go.
Okay. Tio is going to step into this guard's space. And he's going to use the Hungry Jaws bonus action to bite his face as much as he can.
Damn.
And I'd like to
advantage.
use, I want to use the advantage on that if I can.
Sure.
Oh,
Nice.
all right.
It's not quite enough.
Just chomping into his armor and his
My
helmet.
God.
Then
Nom
You'll-
nom nom.
he'll just take a step back. He'll just flip the blade, the great sword around, and just go to stab him in the helmet. Then.
All right.
My God, this guy's putting up a fight.
See, this is the Tio that I remember.
And I guess the last follow-up attack as he tries to go for his last slash against him.
That one will hit.
About time.
All right. Kairos.
How high up are we?
At this point, after exiting the dry dock, you're already several hundred feet above the ground.
Okay. And Sharid's killed the other guard, right?
Yep.
And that's the only guard remaining up here.
That's what it looks like.
And if I look down at the battle bot, how's that going?
Not great. It actually looks pretty beat up.
Do I see
Hey,
any of
my
the
bot
others?
does?
Yes.
Do I see any of the other bots coming up the stairs?
Not yet.
Huh. Okay. Well, then I'm going to try and toll the dead the guard that is currently attacking Tio.
Okay.
Oop.
All right.
DC first. Picking Wisdom.
All right. So between that and the damage that Tio previously did, you hear this loud gong as almost this. Well, I don't know. Do you want this? How do you want this to look for you? Since you're all timey-wimey.
I feel like what's going to happen is it's going to look very much like when Doctor Strange is peering through all the possible realities, where his head just starts twitching around and then he just drops.
Then he comes back to life. There's one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. So you just see this man just completely go ape shit until his neck snaps and he falls into the ground.
Pretty much.
And for a moment, things go quiet.
And then I'd run up too. And then I would also tell everybody, get ready to jump. And I would probably shout it.
Wait, why?
Jump.
What's...
Do you want to be on the ship when it lands? There's like 20, 30 bots down in the bottom. There's more coming up the stairs now. Sky's barred herself in the room, potentially bringing this entire ship down. We did some damage to the hull. It's powered by flying gems. It doesn't matter. Just get ready to jump.
Sky is going to destroy it?
She's certainly trying. She barred herself into the room and is currently surrounded by a bunch of automatons. Just trust me. You know I can. We'll be fine. We should just. I'm not saying to jump yet, but just get ready on my mark.
What about
Faith in an NPC.
what about Urgle? Right, that's his name. The tiefling. Well, what about him? He was making all these announcements. He's got to be somewhere on this ship, right? I'm not leaving
He would
until I
actually
kill
be
him
here.
with my own bare hands.
You don't have bare hands.
If Tio can, he'll just give the gem to Kairos.
Gem.
Yes, you're handed a gem, a red gem that seems to be repeating a message about the ship taking off and to make preparations.
Am I able to do like an Arcana check on it to see any indicator of whether he would be on the ship or not yet?
You wouldn't be able to tell from an Arcana check on the gem.
Well, I don't know if I could check the magical source, trace it back to the.
You know what? Give me
Speaker.
still give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Are we out of initiative right now?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
With a 22, you can tell that this is a gem of sending.
I think he's somewhere else. I don't think he's here. The player is trying to remember sending.
Sending, you technically can communicate back in 25 words or less.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, then I didn't realize that.
I guess I told him to move forward a foot.
And what's the message saying?
It's along the lines of
Everybody
the
on
ship
the
is
ship, we're
taking
leaving
off.
now.
I don't care if it's not fully stocked. The ship is leaving now. We are leaving.
Okay.
I would also like to take this moment to make note. You did tie up a young girl into her bed back in the laboratory. Never let her go.
Yep.
We did do that.
We did do that.
Just
That was the
Bring
thing we did.
just bring.
I
just
didn't
bring that
think we
back.
were gonna get on the ship and take off. That
Ah,
was
it's fine. It's
not in my agenda today.
She'll be fine.
Someone will come get her eventually. I'm sure of it.
So Kairos is just gonna talk into the gem, and then just be like, "Come out, come out."
The gem goes
Just gonna
silent for a second. we're not the ones outmatched here. And the gem goes quiet.
Give me that gem as I approach Kairos.
You see, as you approach, you see Kairos getting ready to throw it off the ship. He's like, fine. He's like, he gets one last word in because he has to. He just goes, have you ever seen a bird fly with one of its wings clipped? And then he throws it over to Vivian.
I'll go ahead and catch a stone. And then I will say, you are such a coward. If you don't come on the ship, there'll be hell to pay. I will tear you limb from limb.
There's no response.
Damn it. This fucker.
Were there hostiles in the bottom decks that you guys came from?
Yes, many. And there was a locked door. No captives other than, I guess, Sky and or what was Oriander? Was that his name?
Oleander.
Oleander.
Vander.
Ozymandias.
And it's just kind of like, he could be holed up in that one locked room all the way at the bottom, but trust me, we should not be going down there anytime soon.
And as soon as you say that, Vivian makes a beeline for the stairs.
All right, well, nice knowing you.
She's getting that room.
Oh.
Collide to the wall.
There's like 20. All right. Well, okay, well, that solves one issue. We can get Sky, then at least we can... Because someone wasn't going to be able to jump, unfortunately. I didn't want to mention that before, but...
All right, give me a perception check as you're heading into the lower cabin.
Okay, can do. Inventory. Perception. 18.
Okay. So you hear footsteps down there, as well as a loud whistle and a lot of knocking on wood. As you peek down and around the corner from the stairs, you see the wrecked remains of Oleander.
My child.
But you see that there's a hallway directly running down the center of this deck. And it seems to be lined with doors that are slowly opening, all being knocked on. And starting to round the corner, you see a glint of black armor.
Does this coincide with the armor that oh fuck, I can't. Urgel was wearing?
Urgel didn't wear armor.
He didn't wear armor? Shit. Black armor.
You can stay there and investigate, or it seems to be turning in the direction of the stairs.
Towards me.
Yep.
Shreed, grab that cannon.
I am going to wait just a little bit longer because I want to make out who this mysterious person is.
Just a little bit.
And then after, if I can hold a spell, once I can make out who it is, I want to cast darkness.
Sure. You want to cast darkness on what? The staircase?
The staircase, so I can make my escape back to the top once I can see clearly who that person is.
Okay. You do see a familiar face. Covered in black armor, with a bit of a douchey sneer on his face. Slicked black hair, carrying a mace. Ollivander
This motherfucking asshole!
rounds the corner.
Shit. All right. No, I'm casting fucking darkness. I am booking it back up the fucking stairs. Hell fucking no. We got a problem.
So you cast the darkness. You continue to hear the sounds of heavy footsteps approaching through the darkness.
Do I bump into Shreed as I'm coming back up the stairs? Considering he's like right in that direct path I was going.
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna tug on him as I'm walking past. Like, you need to move out of the way now. As I hopefully can drag him and start having him follow me over towards where everyone else is.
I won't say drag, but you can just kind of like shake him and be like, "We need to go." And you just hear, "They always come back. They always come back." As you just hear those footsteps slowly make their way through the darkness.
So remember that guy? As I'm like talking to like directly to Kairos. Remember that guy that we went to go see? He's in here.
Fantastic.
And he is coming up the stairs.
We could use the artillery, or we could jump to safety. There's no sense in us dying here. Live to see another day,
We'll try turning
perhaps?
the wheel.
But if we let the ship get to its destination, everything will be destroyed.
Unless Sky can work her magic. We did rip out some gems from the lower hull. I don't know what it did, but perhaps it'll prevent them from doing what they need to do.
Did we notice anything different about the ship's flight pattern as he mentions that the gems were like, or whatever happened earlier?
You're not sure what the flight pattern was supposed to be in the first place.
Shit. Okay.
Are there wings?
No, it literally seems to be a flying boat.
And there's nothing like, okay. There's no like, what the fuck is it called?
Sail.
Sail? Sail!
Despite the map, no.
Damn it.
Turn the wheel.
Your best guess is that whatever's propelling the ship is at the back, somewhere in the center, and this wheel is connected to it.
Jesus took the wheel.
Quite literally.
Was this some bitch coming up the stairs?
You do hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
That's why I tried to yank you to have you move with me.
Sharid stands his ground.
Gonna
All right.
everyone get ready to jump just in case. But
Inside or outside of the darkness? Sure.
Just outside the darkness.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready a Tasha's Mind Whip if I can, and cast it at the first hostile thing that I can see.
Okay. So, not long after, you hear those footsteps get closer and closer. And I'm just gonna slide this back. Reasons. Popping out the other side, standing face to face with you, Sharid, is Olivarius. Standing in that glinting black armor, mace in hand, and a smirk on his face. And he looks directly at you and says, Have you chosen a side here?
Did I have my friend? As Sharid reaches out with an arm, and I'm gonna try to grapple him.
Oh shit!
All right, go for it. Give me a athletics check. So you reach out, and maybe you even guise it as an embrace, as a loose embrace before you go to grapple him. And your arms are swatted away with his mace hand. And he looks at you dead in the eyes and he says, "This by far is not my first rodeo."
I'm still hasted, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. A 20 will hit.
So I grab him by the collar, or like by you know, like the armor around his neck,
Mm-hmm.
and I start dragging his ass towards the edge of the ship. so
Shuri,
we
what
can
are you
only
doing?
move at half movement, so it's only
It
15 feet.
you move at half movement, and that grapple does succeed. Yeah. So you just slowly start. It's more of a scuffle. He can't quite get you off of him, but you both just slowly start making your way towards the side of the ship.
Actually, wait one moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
This is Sparta.
With my mind whip
when you
trigger.
want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, you can use an attack.
You know what? If you want, go ahead.
I actually hold on.
Yeah.
So because of multi-attack, I would actually get 2 attempts. It's 1 for each attack.
I believe so. Yes, because it's a special attack.
Yes. So I still have my hasted action, so I want to drag him with my movement 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my hasted action, I want to drag him another 15 feet.
All right.
So that
We
should
all
get us pretty
will-
fucking close.
Isn't your speed increased as well?
Shuri, what are you doing?
Oh, I have speed of 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that will definitely get you to the edge. You don't have an action to move or push him or anything, but you are at the edge of the ship.
Mm-hmm. And
You wouldn't
He
have had
look-
the dash,
He looks at you,
or did he?
yeah. If you use the dash, yes, because that's what gets him the extra distance. But he looks
Should
at
he-
you in the face and he says, "What are you doing?"
ending this as we both fall off the edge.
What?
All right.
I
Iris is gonna say, "Everyone jump now!" and jump off with them.
stay on board.
Cute. Fool.
Okay. So
And then-
Shareed and Kairos jump off. Tia, what do you do?
Well, I was wondering, did anything happen when he turned the wheel?
If you turn the wheel, it does move. It takes a lot of turning in order to direct this ship. But like you guessed, you can only orient it in 3 or
Right.
6 seconds.
Well, presuming he would have been able to try and struggle to turn it south.
Yeah. It takes you a while. I would say it takes you the entire turn that everyone else is jumping off the ship. Even Starkiller abandons ship.
Oh
But
my
Vivian
god.
is not.
I'm not, no. I disappear into the darkness if I'm allowed to.
Yeah, go for it.
I go back downstairs.
Okay. So, Shareed, after you yank Oliverius off the side of the ship, do you let go, or do you literally just drag him down until you hit the ground?
Oh, I let go.
Okay. So, Kairos, you follow after Shareed. Starkiller follows after you. You see the three of you free falling through the air. What would you like to do?
I accept death. No, because we're
That would be
really high,
surprising
right?
to me. Yeah, I would say you're at least 500 feet, at least.
All right. I'm gonna wait until like the last few bits when we start seeing the ground approach, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep my eyes on Shareed, and then I'm assuming I can see Starkiller.
Yeah.
And at the last little bit, I'm gonna reaction cast Featherfall on the three of us, but not on the guy.
Okay.
And so we should not take any damage from the falling damage as we hit the ground.
Yep. So at that last little bit, you slowly float down to the ground. And as your feet gently touch down, you then hear a loud crack, splat, and snap as the body of Oliverius just becomes a mangled heap of metal armor and broken bones.
Does it bounce?
Actually,
It is all the
no.
way up back to the
It
ship.
sure doesn't.
corpse lands on the ship.
Man, he wasn't a bounty goal after all.
So you three get out. Tio, you're desperately trying to turn the ship south.
Yep.
Vivian, you keep the darkness up?
I do keep the darkness up.
Okay. So as you pass through the darkness, let's see. You're gonna go on an adventure here.
I'm going to find that room.
You come down here, and you're met with a long hallway with 2 staircases going downward. And in between those 2 staircases is the mangled heap of your automaton and what seems to be barracks rooms, which are opening, and the hallway is slowly flooding with guards.
Do I recall like a vague description of where the tiefling's room would have been? Like the locked door
I
that
believe
are-
Cairo said that they were at the bottom of the ship.
Then I'll keep heading to the bottom of the ship. I'm trying to blend in with any shadows or darkness to avoid contact with the guards.
Okay. So let's see here. A few things. So as you come down to the bottom of the staircase, you enter a large open storage area, crates everywhere, nets everywhere. But more importantly, it is a room filled to the brim with automatons. Legions and legions of automatons that are slowly coming to life. As you round the corner, you see a now open door, and past the automatons is another open door.
Can I see anything past the automatons?
You can see at the far end, at the back of the ship, seems to be Urgel and what seems to be a storage room. You're not sure what else.
There's
You
also
see
some
black
manual-
horns.
Some manual batons too.
Some manual batons.
This is your last warning. Come out now.
You see those horns kind of perk up as if he's trying to look over the automatons. And you hear footsteps come from not far away from you, from the open door closest to you. As you see a red-skinned humanoid, it looks to be Mars, who steps out, just leans against the door frame, just says, "You're very loud, you know that?"
Gotta make an entrance.
Honey, I'll show you an entrance. As he becomes wreathed in black and red smoke, and you see wings furl out from the sides of that smoke.
What the fuck?
And standing there is a rather handsome gentleman, slicked back, red hair, still leaning against the doorway, but certainly demonic in nature.
All right.
Someone's perky.
Hey, it's cold up here in the clouds. He says, "Young lady, I haven't been able to see my own face for quite a while, so I appreciate you giving me an occasion to do so.
Oh, anytime.
I don't think you need to be here."
No, I need to get my hands on him. This ain't over until he's dead.
I can't let you do that.
And here I thought things were about to start getting interesting.
Maybe they do, because Tio shoots the cannon at the control mechanism.
So you just destroy the helm.
Yeah, go down with the ship.
Interesting. Okay. So Tio, as you're gearing the cannon up to do that, Urgo actually walks up through the group of automatons. And as he rounds that corner, you can see that he's dragging something with him. He seems to be dragging the now scorched body of Sky.
What did you do to her?
I did nothing. Rats like to chew on things they shouldn't. She was fried by the time I got to her. Cost us a couple hours of fuel, but otherwise, not much.
Question: am I allowed to hours and just go
What?
full feral? Am I allowed to go full feral?
You know what? Go for it.
I just want to
So-
lose my at the sight of this.
Yeah, go. As the ship starts just shaking down to its very core after Tio just blasts the helm. It takes 2 or 3 blasts, but each time the ship gets more and more unstable. All you see is red. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming. Oh, how long does Former Dread last?
It's technically a minute.
Okay. Well,
But you know what? I'll give you one more use of it.
Okay. Cool. So, do I keep my previous 10 hit points, or do I have to re-roll them?
And I'll let you keep them.
Okay. Cool. So I will go back into my form of dread, and I want to lunge for him. I want to sink my teeth into his neck and rip him apart.
Okay. So you move up. You move up. Give me an attack roll.
Sorry, I'll move myself.
Fucking hell, that was almost a 15. Oh.
He sidesteps you and he just swings Sky's body and puts it in the way of you two.
What happened?
No, it's funny. Lunar narrates this cool scene, and Gary's just like, okay.
Well, because in response, there's now a pistol pointed at you.
Oh. Okay. And I'm assuming it's Ergo that's pointing the pistol at me?
Yeah. And from the very back of the barrel, you see this just orb of magical energy. As he looks over at the person that was Mars and just says, figure out what's happening up there. And he just floats his way upstairs.
What are you waiting for? Do it. They'll get yours at some point.
I probably will. It's only a matter of time. But he looks you over and says, experiments are always fascinating. And you see from the hand not holding the pistol, a ring glows. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, I can. 20.
Okay. How much health do you have left?
I have 9 temporary hit points with 3 normal HP, so a total of 12.
Yeah. So, as underneath you, the iron bands that kind of are linked together to make the hull of this ship seem to warp and twist into pillars, one that shoots up from under your feet. You manage to avoid it narrowly, but you still get clipped.
Okay.
For 10 points of damage. But as you avoid it, you step back, and there are now 6 pillars surrounding you on all sides. As he just looks at you and says, I think you and I are going to have a very enlightening relationship from here on. As he then, the ring still glowing, walks upstairs.
And I can't get out of the pillars.
I mean, you can start chipping away at them. They have an AC in health, but...
All right, I will start going to town at the pillars.
Okay. So, Tio,
Yes.
you've now obliterated the helm of this ship.
Mhm.
Who knows what fucking direction you're going? It doesn't seem to be in like a small ship's tailspin, but there's certainly no way to course correct at this point.
Okay.
And you see coming up from the lower levels is this gentleman, red hair, unfurled demonic-esque wings. And he just looks at you and just... Rats everywhere.
They're delicious. How high up are we?
You're still about 400 feet. The propulsion's still active. You're just going in some kind of direction.
He's gonna cast protection from evil on himself.
All right.
And
Which does what? It's disadvantage to certain creatures, right?
assuming it's a fiend, it would have disadvantage. Let me see in particular. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
We would, I guess, Tio would start turning the cannon towards him.
Okay.
Unless he closes the gap, then he'll turn to the sword.
Okay. So Vivian, give me just a couple of claw attacks while you're down there.
Claw attacks? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have claws as a weapon.
Oh, okay. Whatever you want to use, because you are still in your form of dread. So
I'll just fucking hell. Whip up my dagger and start trying to stab and chip away. Like I'm carving stone.
Meanwhile, Tio, he has a fly speed of 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say at this point that goes away. It's not there. You would have been up, yeah. 60 feet puts him on the opposite side of where that helm is. So he literally lines up for you and just looks at you and says, do it.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Tio jumps off.
That's not hurt.
Mid-fall, he's gonna get himself some good berries and put it in his mouth.
Oh my god.
He's just gonna stuff.
Tio just like,
Shit
you have a
on
full-on standoff, cannon pointed at this guy, and you're like, bye.
He knows there's no chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you jump off. And you're free falling, man.
No, good berry.
Yeah, good berry, but it's 1d6 for every 10 feet.
Yeah, but it
So
has a
you-
cap.
It has a cap.
It does have a cap.
120
20d6.
points.
Which is double your max health.
Yeah,
gotta
which
figure
will
out
kill you
well.
outright.
How
That was
far
my concern. You take so much damage that it doesn't matter.
how far
It's,
away is the ship from where we landed? I don't mean height, I mean
No, yeah.
away.
It's still more or less overhead.
Okay.
Tio, roll me
Because-
a 1d100.
And I'm not just saying this as a meta moment. Kairos would have been waiting for the others to jump because the last thing he said was fucking jump. So
Yeah.
he's sitting there after casting that on them. He's frantically looking around, like looking up and chasing after the airship with what speed he can.
What's
Just
the
take
range
after
of
it.
that?
60 feet. So he needs to be like right there for me to basically catch him. So I just need to be able to see him and get him in range.
All right.
And I probably have casted like expeditious retreat on myself.
I've got
which I-
very good and very bad news. Give me a perception check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it.
Thank Christ. You're looking around for whoever else is going to hop off this ship. 68 feet away, like 68 feet further down the road, you can see that Tio is falling hundreds of feet down, and he will land about 68 feet away. You have one turn to get there and do what you got to do.
Oh my god.
Vivian,
Yes, hi.
you do manage eventually to claw and break your way out of the pillar.
Cool.
What do you do?
I want to go upstairs.
Okay.
And if I see Ergo, I'm going to full charge. I want to try and grapple him. And pierce my bony fingers into his skin.
Okay. All right. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Please don't say it. Please, please, please. Oh, 15?
DC is 16.
No! So close.
You do see him. He seems to be on the top deck, and he looks irritated. That the helm of this ship was just blown to smithereens. The ship is staying aloft, but there's no way to direct it. And he manages to see you running out from the stairs. He looks at you. His eyes glow red. And one word leaves his mouth. Kneel. And you are compelled to do so.
Can I talk at all still to him, or does he have like full control over me?
It was a command spell, so you can technically still talk.
I'll look up at him. Eyes like piercing, big, let go of me.
He says, well, someone's got to pay for all these damages.
I'm
Takes
not
out
the one who
pistol.
shot your ship. I wouldn't have done that.
Too bad. He takes out the pistol and fires it at you.
God damn.
You
Okay.
said your AC is 15?
15, yeah.
So you see this sphere of magical energy. It looks like it's fire energy. Just blasts towards you. And all you see is that light from that bullet before just darkness hits you. Because he just hit you with a fucking nat 20.
Oh,
What's your maximum HP?
my max HP is, hold on. It's a 35.
So that's 41 points of damage.
And you
Okay.
have what, like 2 hit points
I
left?
had 2 hit points left. So I'm just dead then, right? Is that how this
Yeah.
works? Okay.
The last thing you see is him pointing this pistol at you, you barking at him, and him pulling the trigger. So the rest of you,
Mm-hmm.
Kairos, you see Tio free falling.
Yeah. And he's just okay. So he sees that and it's just like, fuck. And it, like, just immediately uses his movement to move 30 feet, uses his action to double move, uses Expeditious Retreat as his bonus action to move another 30, which takes effect on the turn that you use it on, getting him in the range that he needs to do. And then with his reaction, uses Feather Fall to catch him.
So Tio, you jumped over the edge of this ship,
Yep.
and you're like, I'm just gonna eat some good berries. I'll just time it. I'll be fine. And then you're like, this is a big fall.
Uh-huh.
This might not have been the best idea.
You know.
And so you have that little bit of time dilation as you're about to just bite the bullet. And maybe you think of your family out in the Kohai swamplands that never quite understood who you were. And just as you're like, it's okay to say goodbye, you come to a stop. But it's not the hard stop that you were expecting. You peek open your eyes and you see Kairos there sweating
full of good
profusely. Kairos is sweating profusely. You don't think he's run that much in a very long goddamn time.
Am I alive?
Yeah, he just like he has him like with his face just above the ground, and then just like drops him, and then just like drops on the ground too, and it's just like, for now, that was fun, right?
Let a few good berries roll in your direction. Out of curiosity, if you rolled 20d6, I mathed it out. If you got 83, I would die instantly. Or would you have just done 120?
No, it said roll 20d6.
Yeah.
120 is the max.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gambling hard on
Yes.
the odds were not in your favor.
No.
Yeah, for a second, I didn't think I could make it, but
So as you look up to the ship that you're all now free of, you see a flash of light, and then for the first time you see the underside of this ship, and you see these gems lined up in an array on the underside of the hull as they start to go out one by one. And that ship looks like it's getting closer to you.
Kairos, did you see Vivian?
no, I expected to see her with you.
She went into the ship.
He just like puts his hands up, like, did you say the ship is coming towards us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like, okay, bigger problem, and just starts taking off running again. Like, everyone run! Ship's gonna... It looks like it's gonna land on us, like, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna start moving it.
So you happen to land on an area of the flare belt outside of the crater. So you're not close to the city, but you are able to run. So, Sheree, do you run too?
Oh,
Or do you accept death?
so is it what I missed? Like, is it the same ship landing or it's a different ship?
The same ship. You saw a light. You saw a light at the very top of the ship, and then these gems that you're not sure what their purpose is, but based on where they're positioned, might have been what were holding the ship aloft, are slowly starting to go out one at a time.
Oh, yeah, no, Sharid runs like fucking hell.
All right. So you all run. Everyone, roll me a 1d100.
Dang.
Okay.
Can I use my fucking thing? Can I time magic that?
I want you. Yes, do it. I want you to.
Yeah, but what happens first?
Yeah, that's the thing. More appropriate. Okay.
It's not a lot better.
So you all see this ship start descending rapidly, and you all just book it. And you're running, and you're running, and you're running, and the ship finally makes contact with the ground. As it does, just the sheer mass of the ship creates a shock wave that hits all three of you, four of you, including Star and Killer. Kairos, you're at the back of the pack. As this ship is falling, once it makes contact, it starts to crumble, and pieces start just raining on the area around you. And a large mass of iron banding falls on you and pins you down. And you think that your leg is crushed. You're able to warp these time magics in such a way that, much like a Wreck-It Ralph moment, you just glitch out another 30 feet ahead. You don't sustain the damage to your leg, but you are still close enough to the impact that it lurches and launches you forward, ultimately knocking you out in the process. Tio and Sharid, you don't clear it completely. You do still get hit by that shockwave, and you're all surrounded by just this plume of dust and charred soil and a little bit of goo from the soldiers that were all on board. But as the dust clears, you see that you're all generally safe. Those of you that are here.
Panic search to see if there's hostiles or Vivian.
It takes you a while to search the ship. You do find Vivian's body still in her form of dread. You find this lanky, bones separated, horrific corpse. But you recognize it as your compatriot. All the automatons are not moving. Go ahead.
Squeeze good berries into her mouth.
They do not have any effect.
It's gonna try cure wounds.
Nothing.
She is dead.
Oh man. And the automatons and everything, they're all
None of
disabled
them
at the
seem
moment.
to be moving. And most notably of which, you don't see a sign of Urgel or the fiend that was with him.
That motherfucker.
Ghost is very upset.
Such a waste. When did you agree, Kairos? You said jump off.
Kairos
didn't-
just had a big fart because he's knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you like.
Yeah, you walk over to Kairos and he's just like.
Oh
on
no,
the
I thought
ground.
you
Oh.
blinked when you.
I did, but
Yeah, I
I
thought
just
I
didn't
heard
get.
that too.
Instead of
Oh,
getting
never
crushed, I
mind.
got knocked out instead.
I wouldn't just say that to an unconscious body.
You lift up his head like.
Sharid, you are able to just nudge him. It takes a little bit of doing, but he does eventually wake up. With a major headache, but he wakes up.
He's just on his back, like, oh, what the fuck happened? We need to stop doing this shit. A second vehicle we've wrecked in like a week.
We have to pay for this one.
I don't know how much bigger this one can get. I don't how. He's like looking around. I guess he sees Shareed like, oh, good. You're alive. That's good. That's good. Good.
All right. Is there anything else that you all want to do amongst the wreckage? I realize I'm expediting this a little bit, but
Hmm.
No.
Okay.
Tio's primary concern would just be to take Vivian out of the wreck.
Okay. So where would you like to go from here? You're still on this side of the river. You could technically return to the city of Bugan. You could also just make the journey back to Uhuru. Or anywhere else.
Well, shit.
Well, first, Kairos is going to search the body of the guy, Ollivander, whatever, splattered remains to see if there's anything of interest. But yeah, and then if we're for Vivian, he would just be like, I told you to jump. He's going to like,
Why didn't
pretty much. But like it's said with not like a snarky, I'm smarter than you. It's said like with the he's upset tone.
Sure.
But then he's going to think and be like, well, we could go back and try and liberate the rest of the city. There's not like there's many guards left after all. I say fuck that, and we could also either go back to Uhuru and tell them what's happened. They probably wouldn't believe us. Or third option, we could go back to where I came from. Back to my school. College? School?
College. Academy.
I'm sure Vivian would want us to rescue Wayland, but it seemed that he was in good hands.
Who?
It's a long story. I guess that's true. You wouldn't. There was a boy. He had a condition.
I don't need to know.
It was.
It doesn't matter. She's
He
dead.
was a skater boy. They said, "See you later, boy."
He was in good hands. I'll say that. The group that left the prison could probably take on any guards remaining in the city, but
Well, I tell you this, my friend. There's a woman back in Uhuru. I should check in with. But let us go to your school.
that's probably the only problem with that is it's a bit of a trek. But
Through the stars.
no. I mean, sort of, but no.
Across the seas.
You know, I'm trying to remember the map now. You know that big mountain? There's a little. It doesn't matter. Well, that's what we're going to do. Then I'll explain on the way. We've got plenty of time to explain.
Tio, do you go with these two?
He's in quiet shock, like staggering while carrying Vivian, not knowing how to process. So he's just following them like a lost person.
Okay. So you all start making your way, trying to plan your next steps. And that's where we're going to fade out from you.
Wait!
three. What?
Can I search for any of the spell gems in the wreckage? And
Give me
Sky's
one
body.
Investigation check.
I'm also going to look for Sky's body. Oh, I thought that was almost a one.
You do find Sky's body.
Okay.
She has one gem clutched in her hand.
Yes.
It is a gem of levitation.
Sounds good. Yeah, he takes it, and I don't know whatever we're doing with the bodies, but can't forget her.
Who?
It's a long story.
So we fade out from you three. Vivian, after your untimely expiration,
Yes.
you find yourself waking up, surrounded by nothing but darkness and a light gray fog. And you feel like you're being watched. wherever you are. You sit up, and suddenly you feel a presence next to you, sitting next to you. And you feel a hand on your shoulder, bony, emaciated, but comforting. As you look, you see a large figure, not quite skeletal, but skin tight to the bones, looking hungry, ravaged. Eye sockets seemingly empty, or at least recessed to the point that you no longer see the eyes themselves. And you hear a voice in your mind. You did the right thing by going against your church. I will take you to rest. And you then are prompted to stand up, and you and the figure walk into the fog and disappear.
Oh man, my heart. Fuck, that got me emotional.
And so that's where we're gonna end, and we're gonna go on a little break. And maybe we'll pick it up with these or at some point in the future. But hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all had fun. Thanks for those who were watching. So we'll see you next time. Bye.